Welcome back, and today we're gonna take a look how I pulled off that B-roll that you saw in my studio tour. I would like to show you how I did this B-roll over my charging station. That it looks like this. And what I would like to do is that I would like to have first this battery in focus. Then we have a parallax following this camera battery, and then we go over here towards my aperture MC lights, and then follow them a little bit, and then end up on the Rode Wireless Go that is in the front here. And to be able to do that, we need to pull the focus. But I'm planning to use this Edelkrone slider, and to be able to pull focus when you are on that slider, you need a focus module, and the focus module only works on lenses with hard focus stops, and I don't have that. So what we have to do instead is that we have to pre-decide how we would like the focus to follow. So if I want the focus to start here and then go like this down here, that is doable, because then I can just put the slider in the same angle. And then we need some lights. So I have these Philips Hue Play in the background here. They are always there, lighting up the background. Then I have the Nanlite Forza 200 that I have put to just 3% to get some light casting from that side. Then I'm going to use this Aperture B7C light. That is a light bulb that also runs on battery. It's super handy. Gonna put that one up here. So we're getting a little red cast down from the top. And then I'm gonna take the other Aperture BC7 that I have here, and because now it's pretty dark, and I'm gonna put that here, so we're getting this warm color that is following the focus. So now I have to put you back on the stand because I need every hand I can get. Okay, so I've already set up these Edelkrone, so it starts here. I'm just gonna set the focus. There we have the battery pin sharp. Now we're just going to move, where's my phone? Move the slider down to positions. The last position is 5. So we can make sure that whatever we would like to have in focus is Rode or in focus at the last position. Like that. And then we take a look on the camera. And they are pin sharp, as some say. So now we can move back the slider to position 1. Like that, and now we're going to try to record this. So then I just change to sequencer, and I change the fade to be about ease in about there, so it goes pretty smooth between these different keyframes. So now we're going to try to pull this off. So I would like to have the light shining here, not here, because I don't want to lit up the front of this case too much. We can maybe start there and then go up like this. And then we're going to start recording. We're going to put on play, and we're going to move to light. And what we're going to do now is that we're going to have in-camera transitions. We're going to flip this downwards. 1, 2, 3. What we're going to do now is that we're going to pull off this little fancy shot. So now we're going to start up here, go down on the keyboard, swipe to the right, then up to the stream deck, down to the keyboard, and away. Let's turn on, record, and then play. Okay, so now we are on the other side of the office, and now we're gonna do B-roll over this little shelf unit. And my plan was from the beginning that I should do a handheld B-roll. But to be able to do that, you need to do at least 100 or 120 frames per second to be able to slow it down. And because I use Philips Hue down here, I realized that when I was shooting in 100 frames per second, then we're getting the banding. So it creates these lines in the footage. So I couldn't shoot in 100 frames per second. So that's why I can't shoot higher than 50 frames per second, because when I shoot in 50 frames per second here in Europe, Sweden, then we don't get that banding anymore. So that's why I'm kind of forced to use the slider also here. So I've set up this little contraption. So I'm gonna have the slider standing here on these two chairs, and I'm gonna put these slides behind here. So we're getting a little moody feeling. And then we have to place the slider here. So now we're gonna come from the left from this side. We have to include this little piece of wood in the frame. So I need to start the sliding motion kind of up here somewhere, and then point it down like that quickly. And then we have to slide down here. And then when we get to this section, we're gonna do a whip like that. So we get over to the next one. And then I have to move the slider and do that little hole. And then we have to fix that in post. So while working with this, it's important for me that the colors that I have from the lights that I have in the background and everywhere is really popping in the scene. But the thing is that to be able to do that, I have to have pretty high ISO. And the native ISO on the A7S III is 640, and that doesn't let the colors pop at all. So what I need to do is that I need to increase the ISO, and that's why I increase it all the way up to 12,800, so it kicks in the second native ISO. And when I do that, it gets too much light into the sensor. So to deal with that, you put the ND filter on. And this is the Peter McKinnon variable ND filters. So then I just put it on, I can just twist it so I know that I have the correct exposure, and you're good to go. So now I set manual focus on the front of these lenses, because that is where we would like to have the focus. So what I think is going to be cool now is that I'm going to have one of these lenses here in the shelf, and then when the camera is kind of halfway, then the other one is going to be introduced as well. To be able to pull that off, you need to have a slider so you can repeat that motion exactly every single time. So let me show you how that is done. We're going to have it like this. We're going to remove one. Now we're going to return to the start. And then we place this one here. And then in post we can just mask them in and smooth this and make it just fantastic. You're going to see. So I think this is everything from this behind the scenes shot, how I shot these b-rolls. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and well, subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. And have a good day. Over and out from Sweden. Bye.